Few years ago, when the late Mayor Makubu had visited ICSA, I said to him that the city of Joburg need ICSA more than what ICSA needs Joburg. And may his soul rest in peace. Now, I would like to really thank ICSA for bringing up this important theme. And I hope that you are going to carry this theme and have road shows and have workshops and really go out to the communities, because indeed, to have a stable South Africa, it must first start with stable families.
And this is going to be our last speaker, Honorable Bernice Swart, Deputy Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure. I think the speakers before me have introduced her, but I want to introduce her in a different way, and I think it's important for us as well. Ever since we knew her, and any planning, whenever we said whether should it be women empowerment, whether it should be youth empowerment, or any other program, if we sent the message with Senko together on WhatsApp message, she answered about it. She said availability or whatever she is, if she is busy. Similarly, she accepted our invitation here, and it was her when in the presence of our Johannesburg Mayor, late Makhabu, that he said that, Mr. Mayor, Honorable Mayor, it is ICSA. The ICSA is a platform. Maybe ICSA does not need you, but you will need ICSA. Please adopt ICSA as a part of the activities for the social services. So it was her word. So I think this is a different kind of introduction. We appreciate all of her work and her inclination to be connected with the community and with ICSA. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to really thank ICSA for inviting me this afternoon. It is my pleasure to be here. The last time I attended an ICSA event was in 2020. It is 3 years later. I'd like to acknowledge the president of ICSA and all the leadership of ICSA, present and former leaders of ICSA who are present here today. I'd also like to acknowledge our guest from the United Nations, who is from the US. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of the provincial chairperson of SANCO, Comrade Abraham Mashishi, and also the presence of the chairperson of SANCO of Johannesburg region, Comrade Thomas Tacha. Today we are gathered here to discuss a very important matter under the theme Building Bridges, Strengthening Families and Strengthening Communities. I think that I would like to thank ICSA for choosing such an important theme, because it is important, because even before we become communities, we must first have stable families. And if we don't have stable families where children grow up under normal family conditions, few years ago when I was growing up, we had uncles, we had aunts, we had grandparents that were there to guide us as young people. In today's life, people are too busy. Their kids are growing up at school, they are growing up at aftercare, they are growing up at boarding schools. But even when they do go home, their parents are too busy at work, and there are no family units. Now, without family units, we are going to have broken communities. If we have broken communities, we are going to have an unstable country, because we are going to have the youth growing up without any guidance. We are going to have a youth that takes decisions on their own without proper guidance from proper structured family units. As South Africa, we have a high rate of crime, just as the president has highlighted here. We have GBV, where young people as young as 23 kill 7 people in few seconds, go to jail for life, but what they leave behind is broken communities, and communities who always want to be at revenge. We have unstable communities and families because of the high rate of drug abuse. We have all sorts of drugs on the streets because we have got unstable family structures. We've got kids who come from broken families. We've got kids who do not know which family they belong to because they grow up in unstable families. Now, all these social ills give us an unstable country because a bigger percentage of the perpetrators are the people who are supposed to lead South Africa one day in the form of our youth. Now that percentage is the percentage that is lost. Now I would like to really thank ICSA for bringing up this important theme, and I hope that you are going to carry this theme and have road shows and have workshops and really go out to the communities, because indeed to have a stable South Africa, it must first start with stable families in order for us to then have stable communities which have love, because without love, respect, humility and compassion, we cannot be a society that can live together. Now there are very important components that make us who we are. So it must first start with love amongst each other, with respect, have humility, have compassion. Now ICSA has shown its compassion by the type of programs that it runs on the cataract program, which helps a lot of people who have to queue in hospitals for many months before they have that operation, which assists them to have eyesight, and ICSA comes in and assists in that project. We then have a project where you are feeding the hungry, the project where you are empowering the youth, the project where you are empowering women, the project where you are giving communities clothes and shoes. All that is love, compassion, respect for other human beings. Because it is not all people who are able to afford to survive in this world. And ICSA is doing a very good humanitarian job through all the projects that it does. Now, a few years ago, when the late Mayor Makubu had visited ICSA, I said to him that the city of Joburg needs ICSA more than what ICSA needs Joburg. And may his soul rest in peace, because he was a mayor that understood that to keep government working, you need the private public partnership, which is the Triple P. Government cannot do everything on its own. So government does need the public-private partnership for government to also carry out its mandate. Now the Triple P partnership is very important. Now I want to promise you this afternoon, Chairperson of the province of Sanko and of the Joburg region, that I will make it my business to assist ICSA that we write a proposal to the president to show them the good work that ICSA is doing so that he can honor one of the ICSA events so that the president can practically see that we don't only talk about the P partnerships, but that it is a reality, and that also I'm going to encourage ICSA to join NEDLAC as one of the partners, because Gift of the Givers is also part of NEDLAC. NEDLAC is one of the institutions which the president is using through the program that the president has announced in Parliament, that we should have social compacting. Now, ICSA is showing what social compacting is in its fuller form in everything that you are doing. So I will also share that with the president so that you can maybe take a decision, because Gift of the Givers is also part of NEDLAC, because those are the people who are dealing with all social compacting programs that are there. And your organization is an ideal organization through the projects that you do, that is showing what social compacting is. I'd also like to, in conclusion, thank you very much that each and every year you invite me to your events, and that today, even though I've been deployed to do my other work in the ANC branches, but I was not going to miss this ICSA event, because indeed you do very good work that assists our communities, and I wish you well in all your programs, and would like to specifically encourage you that you really carry out the theme of building bridges, strengthening families and communities. Thank you very much.